Welcome, family, welcome. Today we're going to go over and talk about meeting your twin and the things you go through before you meet up with them. Most of the times, just before our twin, we get a lot of messages from them that we're getting ready to meet them. And it always comes in the form of a dream, a vision, audio. You could hear that they're coming, and then you just start seeing things that will line up with that you're getting ready to meet them. I'm going to just go over when I met my twin. I was in between trying to get over my ex, because if anything, I would have thought that he would have been, because of the way how I really felt for him. It was so strong. And even though I felt something was not right, I still thought that he was the one for me. We had a long distance relationship and a son together, and I just waited for him. I guess that was getting you in preparation for the real thing, the real twin flame. I didn't know about twins at the time. I surely have learned a lot since then. I've known my twin for, I'm going to say, going on seven years I've known him. And he was my boss. And the very, very first day that I saw him, I knew there was something about him that we had to connect. I didn't know what it was at the time. He obviously felt it also, because he was just drawn to me. And we kicked off pretty well. I mean, the other staff members, they picked up on it also, and they didn't like it. And, we look at the separation part of things as a bad thing, but when twins get together, they are too powerful. So it was actually good that we had those karmics redirecting us at the time, so that we could get to know exactly what this twin thing was all about. Because it took maybe 4 years before, I'm going to say 4 or 5 years before I found out really what the connection really was, because it took that long. I'm going to go over a few things that I've noticed in conjunction with us being twins. And one of them is the number 666. Yeah, seeing the number 666 is an angel number. And I'm going to just go over that number and the occurrences that are between me and my twin with that number. It's so unbelievable, and it's a great thing. So when I did meet my twin, I remember when he first looked at me. We were getting on an elevator, and he just looked right through me. We caught each other's eyes, and he looked right through me, and it was uncomfortable, really. And as we know now, he's more or less knows more about me than anybody, because he actually taps into a lot of things about me that I, keep private. So there is not too many secrets between friends or twins. Let's put it that way. So one thing that, and we were just always drawn to each other. And what happened was, the one individual that was like, you know what? He really likes you. You need to get to know him a little bit better. And I was like, no, even though I wanted to. No, he's in a situation that I need to respect and stuff along that line. And she's like, but hey, and everybody knew it. I mean, I don't know what he was saying to people, but everybody knew it. And it showed, we were drawn to each other. We were, we would give each other a hug when we saw each other. And it got so to the point where people were assuming things about us. And the magic between us was too soon because we didn't know our journey at the time, and the divine selves, higher selves, will not allow twins to get together at a time that's not the divine timing. But what happened was, so all the staff, maybe 3 or 4 was not stirring up trouble, but all of them called in and called managers that were above him, and he was our director actually. So they called and made sure that he was out the door. And I was very angry, very, very angry, because I just didn't understand how could people, do those things. Like, we're like we were involved. And so in time I saw the thing with twins is that when you intentionally set out to hurt a twin, the karma for that individual is pretty severe. So every single one of them ended up in the end time getting fired themselves, and that was like, I'm literally over 100 people in different stages of the whole situation. So that's amazing to see the power of when people interfere with the divines. And I definitely forgive them because hey, it was just something that we had to go through, and we made it through it. And what amazed me was that I stuck with him that whole time. It was like, oh my God, I just can't believe people are doing this. So I just stuck with him, not knowing that sticking with him was part of the what was drawing us together because of the magnet between twins. So I'm thinking one thing and sticking by him, and he was very drawn to his karmic at the time, but that was okay because he was also drawn to me, but we didn't understand it. So our next journey was something similar, but not as bad. The people at the next facility that we worked together with, they noticed a pull between the two of us, and they did all they could to gossip. So that made him leave, and I left there also. And then we ended up in at least about 3 or 4 different facilities together, and it was always the same thing. So we just stuck it out. We just stuck out being close, and the closeness was there, but it was changing also, so it wasn't like the beginning. Is more like the trust is stronger, and knowing that we're there for each other no matter what. I remember my friend saying to me, she's like, you two are just drawn together no matter what, right? I'm like, yeah, it's just like that. No matter what, we're just drawn to each other. He calls me in 5D and I answer. He calls me in 3D and I not break my neck, but close to it. So yeah, we're pretty definitely, from finding out what twin flames are, I would say that, yeah. And it's and the thing is, twin flames is a spiritual journey. It's a spiritual journey. So let me get into the number 666. Everybody used to think that 666, the sign of the beast, da 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 da. My first time hearing about that it wasn't was when I was doing the Hebrew with the rabbis, and they were like, no, 666 is a man. It's a spiritual man, and is a powerful spiritual man. And that was the first time that, when you hear the truth, it triggers something in you. So my spirit jumped, was so interested in knowing about it, and it jumped. And what was even strange was every single thing that I dealt with through my life, even before I met him, was 666. So, and I used to always, I remember the house that I was dealing with at the time, because I invest in properties, and I went to the courthouse to get it all sorted out, and it was 666, and I was like saying to the lawyer, could you change that to at least a 7 or a 5? And he did, and I didn't realize it, and then my bank account had the numbers in it, right? 666. That's no longer available. So 666 always traveled with me. And then what amazed me even more is me and the twins, our birthdays, whether you subtract it or the year we're born, it has a 6 in it. 666. So I remember what the rabbi said, that 666 is it's a man, is a spiritual man, and it's a good thing. So when you get to the angel number 666, that's an indication of it also, and there's also a connection to finances. So 666 is not really a bad number. They just tell you those things because they are afraid of 666, because it's more on the spiritual level than it is anything. So me and Swin, we have 666. You calculate his date of birth. From my date of birth, you got a 6. The year he's born has got a 6 in it. The year I'm born has got a 6 in it. And so there's a lot of 6s going on, but it's all positive 6s. And I do have some years on my twin. That doesn't even matter, to be honest with you. It don't even matter. You don't, when they say in the spiritual there's no time, but when it comes to twin, there's no discrimination with age. I'm an island girl, so we don't age much. So it's really interesting to know, because we have so many things that are similar. It sweets me. And not only that, what also is cute is that one of my family son is named the same name as his daughter that just was born. I never even told him that. I just sat back and observed it. And a lot of things I like to observe, but I never even told him that the children had the same name, and it's sort of spelled almost like my son's name. Is too sweets me. So I wanted to round up on that, because trust and believe, this is a definite spiritual journey that we hold on to your hat. The main thing about twins is they're not allowed to be in union until the timing is right, the divine timing. So as much as we want to be together, right? The karmics play that important role, because our timing is not yet. And that's cool too. That is okay. I'm cool with it. So hang in there. It's a great opportunity for us to be able to share more information about this twin flame journey. So we got some ways to go. The main thing is, I always say it, connecting to your higher self. That is the vital part right there, because your higher self has to merge into you. Once it merges into you, then it pulls your twin and you together, and nothing, no karmic or nothing, will hold you two separated. No, nothing like that will ever happen again. So hang in there and share your story. I'm waiting. Thanks for watching Twin Flame 1111. And I would like to hear from you on how your journey is shaping out. So please, if you can, leave a comment below and let me know where you're tuning in from. That's always great to know. If you like this video, please hit the like button and share with others. Also, if you haven't subscribed and would like to hear more on the love of us all and our journey, hit the subscribe button below and the bell. Much love always.